unidentified man in a Twitter video has threatened to shoot President Muhammadu Buhari. The 26-second video was uploaded on the microblogging site on Friday by a Twitter user at Romanus AK1, who wrote, "Mr. President, this hardworking farmer has a message. You must take note," the farmer said in his message to Mr. Buhari. "Next time, if in this Nigeria you contest election again, I will shoot you down. Mr. Buhari will not run for president again after completing his second term in 2023 because of the limits placed by the Nigerian constitution." The man in the video began his message in the Hausa language before he acceded to a background voice in the video that asked him to switch to English language, perhaps to give the message a wider reach. He was holding a knife and looked angry and frustrated. The people around him in the video laughed and cheered him as he walked away after delivering his message. There has been widespread discontentment against the Buhari administration because of the general hardship and insecurity in Nigeria. A report just released by a non-governmental organization, Nigeria Month, said 1,165 people have been killed, while 113 abducted in northwest Nigeria alone in the last 8 months. More than 82.9 million Nigerians are poor, the National Bureau of Statistics said in May. The NBS said in July that the inflation rate in Nigeria rose to 12.56% in June, the highest in 26 months. President Buhari, however, said corrupt middlemen should be blamed for the rising food prices in Nigeria. He has also highlighted several policies embarked on by his government to ensure economic prosperity for Nigerians. This year has indeed tested us in ways that globalization has never been tested since the turn of the century. These challenges have disrupted lives and supply chains all over the world, and Nigeria has not been spared, the president's spokesperson Garba Shehu said in a recent statement. But all of these problems, the most worrisome are the activities of corrupt middlemen, with many of them discovered to be foreigners and other food traders who serve as the link between farmers and consumers, found to be systematically creating an artificial scarcity so that they can sell at higher prices, Mr. Shehu said. Well, is it not the Garba Shehu who came out recently or yesterday also saying that the prices of food are now going down? I don't know where he gets his statistics or where he's taking his own calculation or permutation of statistics or whatever from. The same people will talk one thing, they will say another thing at the other. In one breath they say one thing, in another breath they begin to say another thing. And come to think of it, things are going up, things are going down. The same people will be telling you that is not the true situation, but what we have in reality is not even near what they are saying, or is contradictory to what they are saying. It is in opposite of what they are saying. Coming back to what the farmer said, everyone is angry. A cleric, a northern cleric just came out some days back saying that those who are praising Buhari, they are liars and they are hypocrites. That even in his hometown, he can't even come there, judging from the fact that insecurity is something that they are dealing with. 2 protests had erupted in Katsina State, whereby the people were destroying the billboard of the president. What does that tell you? Because when those people began to destroy the billboard, I was just like seriously. Or even before then, I was just like, these people, they've been keeping quiet. Maybe everything was okay. What we term as a poverty in the southern part of the country is different from the way they themselves term poverty and insecurity. Like we've always been saying, they are the ones who are bearing this whole thing the more, most especially insecurity. At least if you are talking about hunger is not even something that somebody can joke with. But at least you'll be able to get 1 or 2 things. Even if you cannot even afford, you'll be able to beg. But it's a situation whereby people's lives are not saved. what are you going to say? Even when you see the food, you will not be able to eat. When you are faced with challenges or threats to life, the hunger will go. It is when people are peaceful, when people have that peace of mind, they will be able to think of other things. But security is one of the major things that people are always clamoring for, which they really need. When an environment is peaceful, people will be able to think and say, okay, what am I going to do? What am I not going to do? Oh, I'm going to plan this, I'm going to plan that. I have my plans lined up. But when there is no peace, when the insecurity has taken over the environment, nobody's going to be planning. You can't plan anything. You will just be afraid because at that time you are going to be tense. So when you talk of insecurity, it is embedded in that area. And before these people came out to protest, I mean the Castina residents, before they came out to protest, it took a long time. And who were like, it's like the Southerners are the ones who are always crying more than the bereaved. But those people, they always keep quiet. So when they came out, it was really something that people were like, seriously, so you guys are tired. So when another cleric came some days ago, he's named by Sokoto or so, he said those who are chanting the praises of Buhari, that they are liars because they are suffering and smiling. Because they said he has failed in all ramifications. It is not something that somebody is making up. It is what everybody is experiencing. No matter how you try to paint it, how you try to make it seem that oh, they are doing well because you have a one affiliation or the other with them, with the government, you are just deceiving yourself because you know inside you that the reality that we all are experiencing is not palatable at all. It is only one person that is talking, a farmer that is talking, that if he does that, but unfortunately, he's not even going to come back for the third term. But anything can happen. But as the constitution has put it, he's not going to come back. So when the person said, oh, if he sees him, if he tries to contest, that he will do this, he will do that. But that is on the lighter note. But it is the bitterness and the hardship that people are passing through. Because you just have to say it the way it is. Somebody who is from your kindred, somebody who is from your family cannot be making life uncomfortable for you. You not say, oh, because it's my family member, oh, because it's my relatives or whatever, then I'll have to be. You can't do that. That is exactly what is happening. Pockets of them have been coming out to say things the way they are because if other people from other region, complain, they will say, oh, it's because it's not from your side, it's because it's not from your side, it's because it's not from your side. That is why a lot of people are hitting on him. But nobody's going to give into that a blackmail because he's supposed to be the president of the nation. Nobody's going to be hearing that because everything is affecting everybody. So whatever anybody wants to say, oh, because he didn't vote for him, those are the narratives that most especially the spokespeople of the president, they will tell you, oh, disgruntled element, oh, because of a PDP, because of what people are experiencing something, you are telling them they have any form of affiliation with a PDP, so that is why they are talking on behalf of PDP. Who is PDP? Is it not the same people that drove PDP away? At the end of the day, PDP came and they began to apologize for what they have done. This government will never take any blame. They have to shift the blame. You can imagine, say it was the middlemen. If the environment is not conducive, if the policy are not friendly, the middlemen, they will use that as an opportunity. But if you know what you are doing and the policies that you have put in place, it will be so difficult for the middlemen to manipulate the entire thing. If food are surplus, by default, nobody is going to take advantage of anything because if you want to take advantage or to increase your price, nobody is going to buy it because it's all over the place. It is always blame game, blame game. When you talk about insecurity too, they will blame it on traditional rulers. They will blame it on the opposition. They will still blame it on the residents, that it is the residents that are giving helping hand to those bandits that are working. So it's unfortunate. People might laugh over what that man, the farmer, said. You might laugh over it, but that is the reality. But it's just that when you are overwhelmed with problem, and there's no way out, and that is what has become of Nigerians. Because when you have talked, you have shouted, you have complained, you have done everything over and over again, over many decades, and yet no result. That's why you just see people, they will just laugh over it. It's not as if maybe they are not hurt. It's not as if they are not affected. But because what they have done in the past, they have done all manner of things in form of protest, in form of talking, in form of doing all manner of things, complaining and criticizing. Nothing happened. And for you to not to even kill yourself or just to go and commit any whatever. You just have to laugh over it. And that was why you see that people were even laughing at what the guy was saying. They would think that maybe this guy does not know what he's saying. They just laugh over it. But because the problems are just too numerous. Too numerous. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning what this man has said. Someone says, and some others are suffering and smiling. So break their stronghold is for governments to create a regional price control board. But one thing to note is for government to play a statutory role. You can't control someone you didn't play a role in his upbringing. Nice idea. I like to join. Oh, that man deserves death. Okay. So guys, let's hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let us know your thoughts.